Everybody, and welcome. Today we are going to get started in Adobe Animate. So just like with Illustrator or Photoshop, we are going to go up to the top right where we see on our desktop where we see this little magnifying glass, and we are going to, in the spotlight search, we are going to type in Animate, A-N-I, and then notice how even just by typing in A-N-I, Adobe Animate comes up here. And so we're going to click Adobe Animate, not Adobe Character or anything like that. So Adobe Animate. It's going to always pop this up. If you click Don't Show Again, you won't get offered to do any of these tutorials. So if these seem interesting to you, don't click Don't Show Again. But for now, we're just going to click Skip. And it's going to take us to our main home page here. What we're going to do to get started is click New File. From there, we are going to click Full HD. So that's going to be in, it's going to be 1920 by 1080 here, and that's going to be the resolution. And then frame rate, we are going to set that to 12. So if it doesn't say 12.00, you can go ahead and change that to 12.00. And where it says Action Script 3.0, we're going to leave it set like that. If yours for some reason doesn't say that, just click your down arrow and make sure you have that selected. Once yours looks like mine, we can go ahead and click Create, and it's going to take us to our main workspace here. It's very similar to Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, where you have on the left, you have your toolbar here, you have your menu bar, which is right up here at the top. So you know you're in Adobe Animate when it says Animate up here. So if I click my Finder, notice how it says Finder. So that means that no key command or anything like that is going to work on Animate because right now we're on Finder. So if it doesn't say Animate right here, you want to make sure you have your Animate window selected. So then that way you have all of your menu options right up here. On the right side, you're going to have your tool preferences. So if you click your brush tool on the left here or press B, it's going to give you your tool preferences. Most of the key commands are very similar to Illustrator or Photoshop. So if you want to make your brush size like bigger or smaller, you can click that left bracket to make it smaller. And if you want to make it bigger, you can hold that right bracket to make it bigger. Change the color, things like that are all right here. And then down at the bottom is where you have the main difference, and this is going to be your timeline here. If for some reason your timeline is up at the top here, you can always control sort of like your main workspace by going up to this top right icon here that says Workspaces. And we're for now going to be mainly working in our basic workspace. So just be sure that you have basic workspace selected if for some reason it looks different. But usually for us, we're going to have our timeline down here. Our timeline is also broken up into layers. So like in Photoshop, we can stack different animations and graphics and things on top of one another. So if we want to make a new layer, we could click this plus icon, then I'll make a new one. And then if we want to delete it, we could either hit delete. And then if you want, I'm going to show you quickly just how to get started with your frames. So notice how you have your timeline down here. We got 1 second, which is right here. So that's right after our 10th frame. So we have 10, 11, 12 frames. So again, we got 12 different images that will make up 1 second of our animation. If we want to start animating with our brush tool, we can press B, and that'll give us our brush tool here like so. So we could draw our first little dot here, bloop. If I want to zoom in or zoom out, I can hold Command and press minus to zoom out, and then plus to zoom in. If I want to make my next keyframe, so if I want to make a new drawing, I can go over to this little box here and click Insert Blank Keyframe. Notice how my little dot went away, so I don't know where that dot is. If I want to see the previous frame while also draw my new frame, I can turn on what we call onion skinning. So onion skins basically just give you like a thin transparent layer in between your drawing, so then that way you can see the drawing before, so you can line your animations up. So when I click my onion skin button, notice how my frame before lit up purple. So then if I want to draw a new keyframe, I can just go ahead and put that there. And then if I want to make a new keyframe, I can insert a blank keyframe. It's gonna keep going, make another one here. I can make another new keyframe, make one there, make another new keyframe, make one here, make another one, and maybe I'll slow this ball down and make them closer together to make that ball look slower. And we'll see what this looks like. Now let's say I messed up and I want to undo it. Just like in all the other applications, I can just hold Command and press Z, and that will undo it. If I want to redo that, I can hold Command Shift Z. Currently that's not set up as a option. That's okay. We can Command Z and then just redraw it. That'll work for now. And then I can draw another one here. So if I want to see what this whole animation is looking like, what I'm going to do is turn on loop here. So then that way it will keep running the animation over and over and over again. So I'll click loop. Now, when I did that, I have this blue sort of bar up here. So that means that's only going to show these 3 frames over and over again. So if I want to show the whole animation, I just need to go up here and click, hold, and drag it to the beginning. So then that way when I play it, it'll play all these frames over and over again. So again, it's only going to play the frames that are looped. So just to show you, if I only have it set like this, and then if I click play, it's only going to show these frames. But if I drag it all the way out to here and then click play, it'll show me all of that. Okay, so feel free to play around and experiment with that. And I hope you have fun getting into here. Hopefully it's pretty easy, and we're gonna get started making some funky stuff here soon.